Hello, I'm Charles Newcomb. The Oklahoma Road, from the flatlands of the Panhandle to the hills and forests of the Southeast. The Oklahoma Road is sometimes a divided highway and sometimes little more than a rugged trail, but it always leads to interesting places and interesting people. On this trip, we'll meet an Elk City man who esteems Popeye the Sailor, and we'll stop at a ropes course near Stillwater. But first, we'll extend the Oklahoma Road just a bit into Missouri, where an Oklahoman, Will Rogers, is now at home.
This is the Will Rogers Follies. The show that played Broadway is touring the country and now playing the Will Rogers Theater in Branson, Missouri.
All I know is what I read in the paper. You may have heard me say that.
Pat Boone is the star, the fourth man to play Will in the Follies. For the last few months, he's tried to follow the walk and talk of Will.
But the thing that helped me the most was the film that somebody made of his Depression speech. This was not Will cutting up and reading funny stuff out of the newspapers. It was him speaking from his heart about the people that he cared so much about.
All I know is what I see on the street corners.
As he was emotional when he did it, I get emotional doing it sort of in his skin and in his stead, and sometimes I find it awfully tough to keep going.
But in Folly style, the show never stops. It hits the highlights of every part of Will's life, from his Indian Territory birth to his death in Alaska.
The show you see on the stage is Will Rogers as Lawrence Ziegfeld would have portrayed him. So this, what we have here in the lobby, is the story of the real man.
Just outside the theater doors, a large collection of Will Rogers material, one of the largest outside Oklahoma. As many as 4,000 people a day will see these exhibits. Some may decide to come to Oklahoma to find out more.
Yes, sir.
Original art pieces are being added to the museum.
Will Rogers Follies.
And there will be plenty of visitors.
How many do you need?
Ticket sales are already strong, and the busy season in Branson is still weeks away.
President vows to trim excess fat in government. Why, I knew President could do that real quick by just staying away from McDonald's,
Pat Boone says he hopes to portray the funny and the serious sides of Will Rogers.
There was a deep, earthy wisdom that he twisted into humorous sayings, but the wisdom and the heart and the profundity really was there in what he said, and that's what communicated the most with people. He kept striking chords. He kept saying for them what they felt, and he felt the same thing. Though he was wealthy and though he was a star, he was still just a Cherokee Indian from Oklahoma that knew how lucky he was, and he could communicate it.
The show tells plenty about life for the humorist, a Broadway style that is unique for Branson. The Will Rogers Follies plays 2 times a day, every day except Monday.
The world's most famous sailing man has dropped anchor right here in Oklahoma. It's wall-to-wall Popeye at Press Spiller's place in Elk City.
I might have a Popeye museum, so I get all his stuff. He's got some good stuff.
Getting all the Popeye stuff may take a few cans of spinach, but Press has a pretty good start.
It blows me down.
It all began when Press was looking for a picture of Popeye to paint on his so-called tune trees out front. By the time he'd found one, he'd also found a new hobby.
I painted it. And then I found out that, God, there was no Popeye. Why don't I collect some of it? So I started. Been just a year.
Press has traveled the states and even attended Popeye conventions to beef up his collection. But it's not about money. It's about fun.
I never thought I'd be playing with dolls at this age. Here's a cute You guys will like this. Isn't he cute?
Like I said, Press's penchant for Popeye sprang from his other passion, painting.
And I've been to some art shows, and boy, there are really some good artists around here. I'm not, but I can do animals and characters pretty good, I think. I wouldn't want to paint anything else, really. Popeye and cartoons.
Press used to play a lot of golf, but he finds his new hobbies more relaxing.
I quit playing a month or so ago. I wasn't playing very good, and I wasn't enjoying it that much. So I got something nobody else has got, or some people could have if they wanted it. And if I get tired of playing golf, I'll go paint something. I'm kind of like Popeye. I am's what I am.
Make sure you check them for safety before you put them on. Don't just assume that they're okay.
Tight. Can't we have to get this? Yeah. It's very tight.
The job of your partner is to not only be your support, because, you know, this stuff is scary for most people, and it helps a lot if somebody's down on the ground saying, you're doing good, you're doing a good job, you can do it, come on, go for it, you know? So you guys are there for that, and you're also there to make sure that the transfers are done safely.
If you're real calm, you can walk across it very easily, very steadily, and it won't shake.
He may get up there.
He looks trustworthy.
I may think.
You know, it looks a lot higher up here than it did down there.
Yeah, it does.
Found that out, did you? And you're afraid of heights when you did this, right?
Doing good, Charlie.
I want to fly down over Mulholland. I want to ride through the name in the sky. I'm gonna free fall out into nothing. Gonna leave this world for a while.
Blindfolded, and then got to the final end where you swung, and I did that blindfolded. It was going through the trees and everything, hit the trees, and you couldn't see anything that was going around, and all you did is feel the breeze in your face.
I didn't think I would ever get that high doing something like that. I didn't know any of these people, and it pulls everyone together.
You got to know them pretty quick.
Yeah, brings you real close.
The ropes course at Camp Redlands is operated by Oklahoma State University. And the man in Elk City, Press Spiller, says he's added considerably to his Popeye collection since Kent Ogle's visit. It's still on display by appointment only. Look for the tune trees. And if you're headed to Branson, Missouri to see the Will Rogers Follies, don't be concerned about a traffic jam. The theater you want is the first one you'll come to on the drive from Oklahoma. Will Rogers probably would have liked that. Until next time, I'm Charles Newcomb. I'll see you on the Oklahoma Road.
It's Western Night, Saturday night at 9 on the OETA Movie Club. First up, it's a rugged Western story of a man's fight against circumstances and Indians to win honor and happiness. Clint Walker and Virginia Mayo will star in Fort Dobbs. And then a pair of young lovers who fight for happiness against the ruthless cattle baron's young son, Natalie Wood, and Tab Hunter will star in the Western drama, The Burning Hills. A night of great Westerns Saturday night beginning at 9 o'clock on the OETA Movie Club.
Rome wasn't built in a day. Find out how many days it actually took. Unlock the secrets of the Great Pyramids. See why your home was once your castle, literally. And discover how people created a little heaven on earth in cathedrals. Author David Macaulay explores the techniques and the intrigues that created these architectural marvels. They're the ultimate do-it-yourself projects.
Sunday evening at 7. The finest in theatrical performances. Masterpiece Theater, Sunday at 8.